Welcome back to Living Dayton, everyone. Chef Anthony Head from Delish Cafe is back in the Lifestyles Kitchen today with one of my all-time favorite dishes, shrimp and grits. So thank you for joining us again.
Thank you guys for having me back. It's always fun to cook live
love
on
to have
TV.
you here. So it's not just the shrimp and grits today. You've also got an interesting side, right?
Well, this is going all together. We do things a little differently down Delish.
Right.
We're not just OK Cafe. We are Delish Cafe. So anytime we can get some extra flavor or something extra in there, we're going to do it. So this time of year, tomatoes are very popular. But you're looking at those nice red, ripe vine tomatoes. But another southern treat and staple in a lot of our cuisine are green tomatoes. Have you ever heard of the movie or the dish? Fried green tomatoes are pretty awesome. But we're going to get started. So we're going to build up a nice little traditional shrimp and grits. First thing you want to do is get some nice peeled shrimp. What I have here is some 1620 P&D shrimp from Foremost Seafood. P&D, peeled and deveined. Get the vein off. Shells are gone.
Okay.
That's good. We want to saute those up. Now, I remember you asked me last time when I did shrimp live is, how do you know when it's done? When it turns pink.
When it turns pink.
Don't overcook shrimp. It's okay, guys. The worst thing you can do to shrimp is to overcook it. It's
it cooks really quickly, doesn't it?
Very
Look at that.
quickly.
It's already
And this is high heat? Are we at medium?
You want to get about, I usually turn mine up to high heat just to get the temp up, and then turn down to medium and just kind of let this thing go. This is one of my favorite dishes to make at the restaurant because it's so straightforward, but it shows a lot of technique, which is fun to make live. So, got the shrimp going. Let's go ahead and get these green tomatoes. So a traditional batter for a green tomato is simply cornmeal. But again, at Delish, we don't do anything simply. So you just kind of rub it on in there.
Now I see the cornmeal, but I see some other sort of spice. Is that just seasoning salt?
My little fairy dust, if you will. So,
fairy dust.
Yeah, you can do cayenne, salt, pepper, seasoning, but I always want to taste it, make sure it's not overly done. And as always, use a bit of canola oil at 350 degrees, and let those things drop in. A traditional flavor profile of green tomatoes is they're a little sweeter than traditional red tomatoes. So they're a little sweet. They gives you a little crunch, and again, as you're building this dish up, it's going to allow us to give a different texture to it. So my shrimp is still cooking along very well. I'll do some fun things with it. I have my knife out here. Yes, I do.
There we go.
What we're going to do is, and every time I come on the show, I'm always having some type of alcohol. You got to use this. Here's a quick trick. You always want to use a stainless steel pan. Yeah. Because as I build the pan sauce up, it won't work in a non-stick pan. So use a nice amount of olive oil. Get it nice and hot. Move those things around. And as they start to curl around a little bit, they're getting a little better done.
Yeah, they look good.
So all those little bits in there, that's going to build a nice little flavor profile for the pan sauce. As you see Julia Childs and others do all the time, deglazing a pan, using acid, a juice, or wine. So all the wine comes in.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing right now?
Yeah, it helps get all of that delicious souk on the bottom of the pan, which will become a fond.
The souk?
Do a little quick Julia Childs impression for us.
But she's awesome, the clap, you know, everything's awesome to Julia, and that's why I love watching her. So what I'm going to do is get all those little brown bits from my seasoned shrimp, kind of a little bit of lemon, and then I'm going to use a little, this is house-made barbecue sauce. You can use it by the pan.
So good.
Oh, yeah, so you want to get that barbecue shrimp and grits, guys.
And if someone wanted to do this at home, they could just use the store-bought barbecue sauce.
Store-bought all day, but you know, I'll give you guys the the recipe for a nice our barbecue sauce that we use at Delish. It's very simple, brown sugar, all that stuff.
So delicious.
That's what I wish you could smell on TV.
Yes, smell-o-vision.
Oh yeah, smell-o-vision. It's coming, right?
Direct to your house.
So yeah, so what else we use? A little bit of beer. Why beer? Because it adds just that little je ne sais quoi.
And that's a light beer? Is that?
Light beer?
Does it matter?
Like. Okay. That's the thing about cooking. It's what you like to cook.
Floats your boat.
Yeah, we use a light one here,
That's the ingredient when people sit down, they're like, it's so good, I can't put my finger on it.
No, it's a combination. Usually I stick my finger in it right before I serve it.
That's why they can't put their finger on Chef Anthony's finger. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's the cook's touch. That's the essence of soul food. It's food born of necessity. But everybody can have a recipe, but this comes from the soul. So we're going to pull those
How are tomatoes doing?
fried green tomatoes.
Do we need to plate these, or are we okay?
Yeah, let's go ahead and plate the tomatoes up. I'm going to show you how we plate up here at the restaurant. A little brown for me, but that's okay, because that's what we do when we cook live, right? So we got our fried green tomatoes, and of course you were talking about you made grits the other day.
I did. Mine were chewy and not good. It was like rubber.
Take your time. This is a very intimate affair of cooking, it is. So
but Chef Anthony, you said something to Zuri about making your grits perfect.
The key to good grits.
Perfect grits, you wanna finish them as it is in all French cooking with a little bit of cream or a little bit of butter and fat. The perception of moisture in the mouth does not come from water or actual moisture, it comes from fat. So that's
have
why
to
we
add
use
this.
fat. People say, oh, they always putting fat to their recipes. Well, we do that for a reason. Because
it tastes
good.
It tastes good. Yeah, it makes everything that much more delicious. So,
right, so we-
got the nice grits. And then, you know, I did cheat a little bit. I threw a little bit of cheddar cheese in there.
Oh, that's the best.
Stiffen them up a little bit.
Did you try it with cheddar cheese already?
I did.
Oh, you did.
It was
Okay.
still awful, but this
Okay.
is much better.
Yeah, so that's okay. You know, get the grits, makes a nice little mound there.
Okay.
And you see how they curl. Let's get more done. They curl up
Yes,
nice
yes.
there. So, ooh, it smells good. Let me
smells
go ahead and
delicious.
stick this down, and
Smells
you get
delicious.
something
Oh, that's
interesting
a
there.
great presentation. Look
Yeah,
at that.
it's
Very
fun.
nice.
Now, the thing about this, usually, you know, my culinary professors will talk about me because the minute you stick your fork in this thing, it's going to come all apart. But that's okay.
That's okay. Looks good to get
It
once you
looks
set it
good.
down on the table.
Let's go ahead and put it down on the
Sure.
because look, you didn't make that sauce or nothing, right? All those
Damn.
bits,
Yes,
and it
you
makes
gotta pour
cleaning
the
the
sauce
pan
on
a
it.
lot easier once you do that.
Oh
so
my
yeah,
gosh,
you know, we
this barbecue
take
sauce
that.
is delicious.
We're gonna drizzle that
Just get a
around.
taste of
Sweet
that.
and tangy. It's
Yeah.
really good.
And it really brings out the flavor. Like you don't want to bury this thing in barbecue sauce. Just a nice little drizzle there.
Very nice. Well, I'm sure Zuri's going to
right.
chow
Oh,
down
yeah,
into
I'm
that.
digging in.
Yeah,
I
we
am
give you guys a little
absolutely
bit.
Chef Anthony,
Go
thank you
garnish.
again
There we go.
for
Little
coming on. That is just a
balsamic.
beautiful
What garnish is that? What is
presentation.
that?
Balsamic reduction. Why? Because it
There we
tastes a
go.
little sweet and it looks great on the plate. And of course, green
Beautiful.
onions. So,
Looks great. Thank you
hey.
so much, Chef Anthony.
Thank you,
so
Chef
much,
Anthony.
all right.